it is week 0 coming up. It's hard to believe. Next weekend or this upcoming weekend, the 23rd, will be week 0. There's one college game and a lot of FCS games that are being played next week. The big one, obviously, to start out with, and which we're going to introduce this week through Pick'ems, right? We're going to start doing this with Sunday when NFL starts kind of speed rush through some of these teams. It's just basically us picking the teams we think are going to win, right? We're getting our practice out of the way with college football. And I'm going to be honest, I know a little bit about some of these teams, other teams not so much, right? But I got to go off of what the ranking is. Obviously, the big game on Saturday will be a top 25 matchup between Iowa State and Kansas State. Now, I do know a little bit about both of these teams. Iowa State is young, but they do have both these teams do have their returning key pieces on offense and defense. But I will say Kansas State was very close last year. They were a couple wins away from going to conference in their Big 12 conference championship and eventually to the playoffs. So I'm going to lean towards Kansas State.
Yeah, so I think it's interesting that this Big Ten opener is in Ireland. The league did this last year when Georgia Tech upset Florida State at the time. We know how Florida State.
Is lightning strike Spicer?
Yeah, so just coming right out of the gate, Iowa State played for the Big 12 championship last season, and Kansas State, they for most of the year they were in the running. So, the top 25 matchup is something that's interesting. I know that Iowa State is young, but I think their coaching staff is a little bit, I don't know, there's a couple right words for this, but more experienced and more poised, I would say. So I like Iowa State in this one.
Bet. So you're going for the upset against Lightning does strike twice. But look, I'll preface, you don't know what you're getting early in the season with these teams. They're still trying to brush out the kinks, and their college kids are going to make mistakes, and you just got to be kind of ready for whatever. All right, so next week we have the 28th. I think that is a Thursday. 29th? Yeah, it's a Thursday. So it's a Thursday game, Boise State versus South Florida. South Florida was pretty tough last year, but they lost a lot of talent. Boise State has always been a team, obviously, that's been in the mix. They had Ashton Genty last year. They seem to keep a good player or two on their roster. I'm going to go Boise State, even though this is on the road in South Florida. It's going to be a tough game, but I'm going to lean towards Boise State.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take Boise State, too. I know they're going to have some learning curves with not having Genty there. But South Florida has kind of gone up and down. They used to be in the same conference as my alma mater, East Carolina. And there were times when they would play ECU pretty close when ECU was bad. So I definitely have experience watching South Florida, and it's really just a throw of the dart a lot of times. But I think Boise State is still going to outmatch them at key positions and get a victory there, even though they're coming cross country. I'm always wary of that, but they are coming cross country for the game. But I still think that they have the edge.
Cool. All right, so we got Friday. It's pretty much, and we'll get into pretty much the actual legitimate week 1 games next week when they're full slate, but we have Western Illinois versus Illinois. I always feel bad for these teams, man. This is definitely a payday for Western Illinois. This is a smaller school, obviously, in-state rival. I think Illinois just has too much talent returning. They were really good last year. I just think they just had to run into Ohio State, Michigan, and all these other blue blood schools that they just don't do well against. But I believe in the coach. I like what they're doing. I think they get pushed this year. I don't think they're good enough yet to win the Big 10, but they are good enough to beat West Illinois. I'm going big W for Illinois. It should be, crazy. It should be over by halftime.
Yeah. So instead of me just coming out and saying who I pick, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you know what the spread is between Illinois and Western Illinois, and what the favor number is?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna take a guess. If I had to guess, is it over 30 points?
Yes.
35.
Yes.
Oh, I got it on the dot. It's 35 points.
No. I thought you were going, is it over? It's over.
Is it 35. Over 35?
Yes.
30.
What was it?
38.
Keep going.
39?
Keep going.
Really? 40?
Keep going.
45.
Yep. Damn! 45 and a half.
Oh Oh my
is
Jesus.
what Illinois is favored over Western Illinois. So I feel like this question could be, will Western Illinois cover? Because I don't know. They must think they're pretty bad. But since the question is who are we going to take, I'm going to take Illinois.
Yeah, look, hey, Western Illinois is no disrespect. Like it's just they when you
Much
play
disrespect.
when you play well for me. I mean, obviously the people in Vegas are disrespecting you guys handily, but that's crazy. 45.5 points. Just look, just show up and come away from that game healthy, and I think it's a win. I don't know much about Western Illinois. It sounds FCS to me, so I guess it's a money game for them. They're getting paid probably thousands of dollars to come and get dominated on national TV. So we'll see what happens there. But that is this week's slate of college football teams. We'll have more, and obviously, we'll be able to kind of give more in depth. This will probably take a little bit. But what we'll do is we'll go top 25 matchups, and so we're not going all over the place, right? Because some teams, you got to earn it for us to talk about it. It's just like, I'm not talking about the team that hasn't done squat. Maybe we'll talk about Eastern Carolina.
Like Illinois? No,
Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about your alma mater if they pop up. They could be good. No, really. Eastern Carolina was good. No, okay, all right. We're gonna leave that.
Was good.
Was okay. See, when I was in college, they were like I heard of Eastern Carolina. I went to Western Carolina.
They had flashy headlines. Like we had Zay Jones and we had Justin Hardy, but I feel like that is our, time of the past.
Yeah, no, I get that. I am praying for Western Carolina. We were 7-4 last year. We've been ranked in the FCS 2 years in a row. So hopefully we can make that next jump. We'll see what happens. So we'll watch it all as college football season kind of gets underway here.